Can I Be a Pet? Keep on Grooming from TXT's Worst Song, but we'll get there later. God, it's so... We'll talk about that soon.
Stop spoiling the review, Nate.
But,
now no one's going to watch the video.
No, there's plenty of things to talk about other than that garbage song. What's up, everyone? I'm Nate from Truly Daebak with another episode of the DaebakCast. This is episode 112. And as you can see, Jacob is not here once again. We're trying to do like every other week, but he didn't do last week, but next week is Epic High, so he obviously needs to be here for that. So
he needs to be here for that, or
he's
else he'll
skipping
get mad.
this week as well. So yeah, he'll be here next week when we review Epic High.
Don't worry, he's doing just fine in Korea. Don't worry.
Yeah, he exists. He did not. Like the plane didn't disappear or something. He is just in Korea.
This isn't lost.
Enjoying life. And I said I'm Nathan already. As always, I'm joined by Andrew, who usually has 3 things.
Number 1, if I look a bit disheveled, it's just because I came back from dance class. I've been taking dance classes at I Love Dance in New York for 2 months now, ever since the beginning of January.
Yeah, it's been something like that.
This is the first time, or this week was the first week I tried to do like proper choreography, like learning an actual like full song. So me, in my infinite wisdom, was like, okay, our choices were Good to Me by 17, Alligator by Monsta X, Twit by Hwasa, and Dala Dala by ITZY. And I was just like, oh, I think I like the choreography for Good to Me by 17 the most. So
yeah,
hey,
let's go with the most complicated one.
Yeah, I'll just pick the freaking hardest choreography on the face of the planet. Like, it's really hard. It's really hard. There's this entire super complex part during the chorus where it's just like all footwork and everything, and
yeah,
like the hardest part of dancing is footwork. So I have like moving your hands and moving your feet at the same time is so hard because I'm just like, my feet have to go here, but then my hands have to go here, so it's a huge mess. But I'm gonna learn it eventually, and like at the end of the month when you've learned the whole song, they're gonna record you. So we'll see how that comes out.
Does then like DJ and everyone, do they have a panel where they give you a grade like produce?
No, God, I get like F-. Jesus Christ, I wouldn't even make it to like I wouldn't even make it past the first evaluation. They just like be like, you suck at dancing, but I'll get there.
If I look disheveled, it's because I just came back from Captain Marvel and it was awesome.
Okay. No spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
No, I won't actually.
And no spoilers in the comments, please, for the love of God. Like, yeah, no one spoil.
By the time this goes up, well, you'll have one more day.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
whatever.
Number 2, Nate and I, not at the same time. We went, Nate in Toronto and myself in New York City, saw Stephanie Tiffany Young Wang.
Myung. Fanny, aka Fanny. Yes, this is my VIP poster.
The concert was incredible. I know, Nate, for you, it was incredible as well.
Yes, definitely. And this poster is incredible.
She did it.
That was making a lot of noise, probably. Sorry.
The difference, or at your stop, she did like requests and like took the Q&A from Twitter, whereas in New York City, we have famous people like Jeff Benjamin, so Jeff Benjamin essentially just ran the Q&A, and at the end she did like a little acapella of Into the New World, which we have like 4,000 retweets on or something like that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, for us, basically, the day before, she asked for questions on Twitter, and just printed off a bunch of them and read those, and then directly asked the audience for questions and requests and stuff.
Was your venue big? Because like mine was really tiny, like way smaller than I'd actually expect.
It was probably like size of like the Eric Tom concert.
Yeah, like, same sort of thing. Yeah,
pretty small, just like a small club.
Yeah, it was really small because I got there like an hour before, like not even in, like almost 30 minutes before they were opening the doors, and well, one, it was cold as hell and people were waiting there for like 5 hours or whatever.
Ours was the same.
Yeah, so once they let us in, I was just like, oh, thank God. But like, it wasn't like even like full all the way, and like there was like a VIP section, and there was like famous people I didn't recognize or whatever. But apparently, it's just like a lot of journalists or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed.
Some of the people from our label were there. I know that at least.
I know Kev Nish was there for Toronto, but I didn't see him in New York. But my favorite. Or my surprise favorite would probably be The Flower, because I said in the review I kind of didn't like the song, but the rock, like the band mix of that was like 100,000 times better. So
the entirety of the show, like the live band made all the music so much better. It was so cool hearing her Korean stuff with the live band.
I just want to dance.
Your Fool live, and I Just Want to Dance was amazing.
Yeah, so if you have a chance, Tiffany is where she's going to other places. I'm pretty sure she's definitely going to LA.
Yeah, and she'll definitely tour again.
She'll come back. She's American. She's an American artist now, not really a Korean artist at this point. So her bread and butter is coming to touring. So
not only did I get to see her, I got to hug her.
Hey,
so that was the thing.
That's
where
good.
I did meet and greet photos.
Did you say hi? Like, what'd you say?
Yeah. So she said my shirt was cute because I had my I Got a Boy shirt. And she's like, I haven't seen that in a long time. And I just said thanks. And I was kind of starstruck. And then we hugged. And then she moved on to the people behind me.
See, this is why whenever I meet famous people, I plan what I'm going to say beforehand, so that even
she said the first thing, so that like screws it all up because
thank you.
You have to
like I just try to rush it in.
And then... Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, that's cool. We'll see the photos later, I guess, whenever they upload it.
Yeah, I probably have already. I just haven't even looked at them.
And number 3, as we've mentioned, we have switched to Podbean as our like hosting service, so it's been going for a good couple weeks now. Interesting. I never really got to take a look at the analytics for our audio podcasts, or whether it be from Spotify now or Apple or Google Play, etc., etc., etc. But interesting statistics. So obviously, no surprise, like most of our audience is from the United States, but
screw you, Marlon.
Australia's at like 19 downloads. Where that's all Marlon. That's all Marlon every single time.
Marlon and Aiden.
Yeah, that's it. And then surprisingly, like number 2 is the Philippines, like with just like 126 downloads according to this. So thank you everyone in the Philippines. Yeah, I guess we have a huge Filipino fan base because I'm here. I don't know, or just there's a lot of Filipino K-pop fans as it is. So. Hope you're all doing well in the Philippines. Hope it's not burning hot over there, but it always is.
Probably.
And
also,
kind of
it's not summer anymore.
But I mean, cold in the Philippines is like...
Yeah, isn't a thing.
Like 60, probably 70 maybe.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, it's just permanently hot there, essentially. So, and before I end my 3 things, I just want to mention in our Discord, which is Mucho Lit, we are doing, it is March, thus it is March Madness time. So we are doing the K-pop visual March Madness thing. Basically, we took like 64 guys and 64 girls in K-pop and are like, okay, who's the hottest one? And
we had like 15 people nominate 5 male idols, 5 female idols, and then we made a list of 64. We had to cut like 4 or 5 of them. We just voted. So we had a bracket, randomized bracket. So some interesting round 1 matchups, like Irene versus Suzy.
Some of these
could
round
be
1
a
matchups.
finals.
Or there's Ken and 10 at this as a round 1 matchup. Yeah.
So yeah, now we're voting on round 1 right now.
Yeah, so if you're interested...
by the time this is out, the whole bracket will be done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're interested in just participating even, just check out the Discord. Just
join Discord for things
I don't think it'll be done
like
completely.
This.
No, by the time this comes out, we'll still be going...
Sam plans on doing the whole thing this weekend.
Oh my God.
But that's because people want to do more than one March Madness bracket.
Oh my God, you're crazy. Okay.
So we're going to figure out another thing that we can make 64 of and pit against each other.
64 best.
I think we were going to do like, I think we were going to do like quadrants of like like one quadrant would be vocalists and one quadrant would be dancers.
Yeah.
And then like they would all meet up in the finals. So like we're doing more than one bracket, but the current bracket is just visuals. And we'll see.
These are fun.
Wins.
These are super fun. Yeah. So you're gonna get mad at or you have to predict or what everyone's gonna pick. So if you want in on the fun, definitely join Discord. Mucho lit as always.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's move on to topic 1, which is TXT review. And Andrew is reading this one off. I won't steal his thunder like I did last week.
So this is TXT, also known as Tomorrow X Together.
Tomorrow By Together.
Tomorrow By Together, yeah. It is a new boy group from Big Hit, the same people that gave you BTS. So there's definitely like a lot of hype.
And Glam. Don't forget Glam.
Oh, Glam.
Rest in peace.
And rest in peace also. So yeah, they've definitely had a lot of hype behind them because of BTS being their brother group. So we are going to review their debut mini album entitled The Dream Chapter Star.
Which means we're going to get more Dream Chapters.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be their like love yourself, love whatever thingy that like BTS does. Anyway, getting into the music, we're starting off with Blue Orangeade.
Blue Lemonade was taken already.
Yeah, Blue Lemonade is taken. But have you ever had Blue Lemonade before? It tastes good. It tastes really nice. Or Blue Lemonade is just like raspberry or like blueberry lemonade essentially. But
no, I've never had blueberry lemonade. I'm pretty sure there was a Kool-Aid that was blue that was lemonade flavor. I think Kool-Aid's raspberry lemonade is blue.
Have you had pink lemonade at least?
Yeah, I've definitely had pink lemonade.
Okay. Blue lemonade's the shit, so try that out. Anyway, getting on to Blue Orangeade. So besides it having an interesting title, and I guess sort of to preface the entirety of this album, we mentioned in our like predictions or like our preview a month or so back, like that if they were just going to be BTS 2.0, they'd just be dead in the water because there's no way you can just like rehash BTS music and expect to get away with it. I mean, maybe it'll garner some fans, but I feel like it'd just be to their detriment because they'd never escape BTS's shadow. But when I first heard this, like the biggest wave of like relief just like coursed through my entire body. I was just like, oh my God, they're actually doing it. They're actually making like a youthful, like upbeat, like cute, not really cute, but like kind of cute, I guess, boy, like just like a happy boy group. Whereas
like happy, innocent boy group. I wouldn't say
Whereas whereas BTS is like emo as hell nowadays. Yeah. So just like the complete opposite. Particularly
before they were emo, they were like hardcore.
Yeah, hardcore like hardcore rap, like
rap rock.
Yeah, just like some crazy shit. So before they went to the emo stuff, but I think the reason why I actually ended up liking this song is because it reminded me a lot of early 17, particularly like songs like Monse, that sort of thing, which is that's a perfect trajectory for them to go towards. Like, again, like I mentioned, you don't want them to be BTS 2.0, so this is a good idea, just letting them go here. Also, I get the feeling that the group isn't as rap heavy as like a BTS or a 17. BTS, so they are playing to that strength where most of it definitely is like vocals and singing and like sort of that harmonization thing. So that's one thing that helps them stand out from the other like sort of groups they're definitely taking influence from. I'd say that my favorite part of it is not even actually their vocals. I just like it's kind of a vocal, but I love the instrumental or like the do. It's so good. It's so good because if you've listened to this podcast a lot, you know I'm a sucker for anything like New Jack Swing. Like you hear a lot of that New Jack Swing, and even though this is more of just like your like I don't know, just like typical like I don't know hip hop's like happy go lucky type song. I'd say that's like the highlight of the entire, like the vocalization is the highlight of the entire track. Like you can do an entire, like it'd be so cool if they did like an acapella version or like they just like have so like the beat basically almost like beatboxing and then you just have that like do like vocals in the background. It'd be so cool. Have to mention some interesting English lyrics. We have You like Tupac, I like Biggie Biggie, so I don't know where that comes in exactly in the song. I didn't look up the English translation, but hey, they're mentioning the greats there. I don't know if I have a particular preference between Tupac and Biggie. In all honesty, I like both pretty equally.
No preference.
Please tell me you've at least listened to.
I know their music. I've heard music from them, but it's not something I've actively listened to.
Right.
So I can't say I like one more than the other.
Do you like Tupac? Do you like Biggie? Let us know in the comments. Just like, yeah, we'll just start an East Coast West Coast gang war again in the comments.
We're all gonna be killed by gangs now.
But did you see this was actually performed in a live stage or for like their M Countdown or whatever? Oh, the choreography is so good, and it's how I discovered that. I think so far in terms of bias, I'm leaning towards like Hyunin Kai because I like his voice. Like there's parts in like the verse where it's like but I like Violetto, where it kind of like goes down and they sort of distort that part, and I really like his voice there. So I think that's sort of what's sort of drawing me towards him as a bias. But overall, like this was an awesome intro song. In all honesty, I was really happy when I heard this.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I really like the like retro boy group vibes I'm getting from this. Like you said, from the auto-tune doo-doos. Like that really gives me like early or like late 90s, early 2000s like boy group style vibes. And I thought that was a really good direction for them to go.
Yeah.
I think one problem I have with the song, I do like the song a lot. But I think some of the actual singing is a little too auto-tuned. Like there are parts where it's like it's pretty clear it's auto-tuned, and it seems like they're trying to make it sound like it's not, but it's definitely there. I don't know if it's like a specific member that they thought like that they needed to like bump up. But it's really evident in the bridge. So that stood out to me as something that like overall I like the song a lot, but that definitely stood out as something I wish was changed or a little different.
It might just be a stylistic choice, in all honesty, because I mean, if you're using it that heavily, then
but that's the thing. It doesn't. It seemed like the way they're using it sounds like they want it to be actual singing, but they're using it to like touch up their voices. It's not like super evident, but it's definitely there. But it might be stylistic. Either way, I just didn't think it was that good of a use of it. But yeah, overall, I think the song's great. It's catchy and it gives me that nostalgic feeling. So yeah.
Jacob's notes.
No, he didn't. He just did an overview.
Oh, he just did nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just did like
he
the
didn't.
overview.
He didn't do song by song.
Okay. Cooper, on the other hand, did it for this, or did track by track overview. Cooper says, such an amazing opening track. Love the retro sound it has, with really bright vocals and synth. You like Tupac, I like Biggie Biggie. LMAO. LMAO indeed. Next, we have the title track entitled Crown, or according to the Korean translation of the title, apparently it's supposed to be One Day I Grew Horns on My Head. I shit you not. That's the actual...
What, really?
That's the translate. Your Crown.
I noticed
is the
that
English
the Korean
title.
name was really long.
Yeah.
But I didn't bother looking into it.
Yeah, I just saw it on like the Wikipedia page, or just like I translated it. I thought they were joking at first, so I translated it myself, and that's what it roughly translated to. So, Crown. So yeah, when going into seeing this music video again, I feel like we did two previews, one for TXT and one for ITZY. ITZY I was kind of hype on just because I was excited to see what was going on. TXT I was kind of like trying to meter my expectations because I didn't want to get disappointed. It's kind of funny because in retrospect, I guess I was kind of disappointed with the ITZY, but maybe because I kept my expectations low for TXT, I was just completely blown away by this track. I'd say, again, like I was mentioning before, I thought it was going to be Bangtan 2.0, but again, it's the perfect title track to go with, just fun, youthful, upbeat boy group trap. I'd say what gives them an advantage is, or what makes this a better song than, because they're not really reinventing the wheel here. There's a bunch of just like fun youthful boy groups in this style, but they managed to make it not boring. And I'd say I'd owe that to the instrumentation that they use on this track and the choreography that they showcase in the actual performance. So starting off with like the producers, it's straight up like an all-star team. So they have like all these BTS producers, like Supreme Boy, who works with like BTS a lot. Slow Rabbit works with BTS a lot. They also had Melanie Fontana, who did Euphoria, which was one of the solos off of the Love Yourself trilogy.
The best solo.
Yep. And then you have Mayu Wakisaka, who did Love Bomb, Hi, Love is Bitter by SNSD off of the Holiday Night soundtrack or album, and Knock Knock. So there's a lot of pedigree here, and you can she's definitely at home with this type of like upbeat, youthful sound, despite it being like with a boy group as opposed to like girl groups in her case. But I mean, the level of production is like the same level that BTS gets, so they're not slacking whatsoever with this. I want to look into the Morse, because like, you know, at the beginning of the song there's like the da 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 da. I wonder if the Morse code actually stands for anything, because like
there's more later on too.
Yeah, so I'm sure somebody's looked into that. Yeah, so
definitely.
For those that don't know, like those beeps are Morse code, like the like short beeps and long beeps correspond to letters, so it probably spells out something that we don't know of just yet. But it's a cool way to sort of like incorporate that into the instrumentation. I was mentioning the choreo before, but I'd say that's the highlight to me, probably because I learned it in Diet Dance yesterday, or just like a simplified version of it. It's such a fun song to dance to, in all honesty, and I say that as someone that kind of sucks at dancing. I'd say the best part of the choreography is like this. God, you know, I don't know how I'm trying to explain it for like people that might not understand like complex like dance movements or like this or whatever, but to try to simplify it, incorporating a lot of like tutting, which is like a lot of like intricate like hand movements and a lot of like cool like formation sort of things. So there's parts where it's like Odom Mocha wa Masuri Suri, where like when there's a part where they get in line and then they sort of build like a gun and then like they cock the gun or something like that. Like it's definitely it's hard to divorce the song from the actual like performance of itself, because I feel like the performance adds so much to it. It's so cool. And then like there's that part during the second chorus, where they're literally just they get together in a line and they're doing like a big like arm wave type thing. Like it's such a fun choreography, and that's the hard thing. That's a hard thing, where the choreography has to match the sort of emotion and vibe that the song's giving up, and they do it so perfectly. Like there's even like the part in the bridge where they carry one of the members Subin up like a king or whatever, because it's like the song's talking about like crowns and everything. So just overall, I was just blown away by this. This might be a Song of the Year candidate. TXT might get Best New Male Artist. And it's going to be very hard to follow this up as this is like a very high bar they're setting for themselves in terms of like debut tracks. So just incredible all around.
Yeah. For me, I love the opening with the like Morse code sonar beeping, because it does the whole thing where it goes from one left to right channels.
It pans
too. And it just goes into like a really great synth instrumental with them like singing the synth line, like mimicking it. And yeah, just like the 80s synth style instrumentals, with a ton of just interesting sounds buried within the instrumentals, really stood out to me. Also, like you said, for the past track where you thought the auto-tune was a stylistic choice, I think I agree, because they prove in this song and their other songs like their singing isn't auto-tuned, and it's good. So like, yeah, I think for the last song it was a stylistic choice. It was just one I didn't really agree with that much. But yeah, for this song it's much better. And I really like the mix between the singing, the I love it chanting part, and then like the talk rapping.
Yeah.
They like mix all three of those into the chorus, and that's really like I thought it worked really well. Yeah, I just thought this was a fantastic choice for a debut song. Like you said, the choreography was really standout. They do a lot of really cool group formations that you described. The only thing that it's weird because you talked about how the production is BTS level, but then the music video definitely wasn't. It's fun and it's good. I like the cartoonish like effects and stuff, but it's pretty much just a dance MV, like in a box set.
I don't mind that because the choreography is so good.
No, it's not a bad thing, but it was just surprising for me.
It's very bare bones compared
because
to...
it's very bare bones, and considering how highly produced the album is and the choreography and stuff, like, and how crazy and weird and artsy BTS music videos get to be, like, I was expecting similar things for this group, and they pretty much just got a dance MV with some like cartoon effects.
But I mean, still enjoy the song overall, definitely.
No,
right?
yeah, I love the song. And that was just the only thing that's for like going over the styling and stuff. Like, I felt like it was a little disappointing. I guess I had my hopes too high, based on what we get from Big Hit usually.
Cooper says, it only took about 30 seconds for me to realize how my low expectations for this debut were worth having, because I was that much more blown away by this song and MV. It has that perfect Nugu boy group sound with a little bit of Big Hit flair. The MV is extremely impressive, so many after effects but it works with their concept. The choreo is also some of the best I've seen for a debut. I agree 100%. So impressed with everything about this. Yeah, I'd say that's what sort of wins me over, is that we rarely get choreo this good from new boy groups, especially. So again, it's not like I don't know, just like 17 level craziness. Or like, I don't know, just like NCT Black on Black, like crazy, like all like formation type stuff. What they do, it does its job. It's the choreo does its job of conveying the message and theme and vibe of the song, and that's all you can ask for. And like even there are some parts that are very impressive, like again all the formations. So it'd be a fun choreo. I definitely want to learn like the full proper choreo. Maybe next month they'll teach it at I Love Dance. So we'll see. Next, we have Our Summer, which is this sort of, I don't know, like EDM type song, which sort of makes sense. Yes. Like a chill EDM type song, which sort of makes sense once you look at the producers of this. The producers of this are called the Futuristics, and they have worked with artists such as Halsey and Selena Gomez and Camila Cabello. So just that type of, it definitely sounds like an American style song. Maybe that's why I'm kind of disappointed with this. It's coming off of like Blue Orangeade. Oh my gosh, it's great. Crown. Oh my gosh, it's great. Our Summer. Like it definitely had a very tough job trying to follow up those two songs. I mean, it's not bad by any means. It just kind of comes off as a bit more boring compared to the other two songs. Mostly just because, I don't know, like, you can definitely tell it's an American producer, just, like, they gave it the most, like, by the numbers, drop, chorus, like, beat type thing. I mean, like, it's still good. Like, I like the verses mostly just because I like the verses and like the build up to the drop better than the actual drop itself, just because I feel like, like the vocals there were a lot better. But it definitely had a tough job just trying to follow up those two songs. So yeah, it just kind of fell flat in that degree.
Yeah, so I actually like this song a lot. I like how it brought the energy down a little bit after the last two, while still being like I would say it's still an upbeat EDM song, but it's definitely more chill than the last two songs. I like the baby synth line that they start with, and when the guitar comes in, it gives it a bit of a funk vibe. So I enjoyed those parts. And yeah, the vocals again are great. But the thing that stood out to me was the instrumental part after the second chorus. Mostly because it has a bit of a Tropical House vibe with the baby synth. So like it fits that our summer name. So yeah, I liked it. It's I agree that it doesn't stand out as much as the last two songs. But overall, I still think it was a good addition.
Mm-hmm. Cooper says, in regards to Our Summer, that it's a nice mid-tempo bring-down track. The chorus is so catchy, and he loves the vocal effects. Next, we have the greatest song of the face of the universe.
Get your garbage opinion out.
Okay. Entitled Cat and Dog. This is the song of the century. Like, I was laughing. I was dying when I first heard this song. I was just like, oh my god. They basically made like the sequel to Anpanman, and it's incredible. Like, there's some parts, I don't even know where to begin with this song. Like, Let's Play Forever, I Just Want to Be a Dog. They'll have like freaking, it's like straight up who let the dogs out with like the who, like that part. Like, I know it's cringy to you and so, like, I don't know, maybe to Jacob or whatever, but I live for these like almost parody style trap songs. They're so good, and it just came completely out of nowhere compared to what else we got on the rest of this album. So, oh my god, it's just, this might be one of my favorite songs in all honesty. And I want to see them perform it live. They didn't actually perform it for like their debut stage, but I just want to see what kind of choreography would you do to a song about saying you want to be a freaking dog or a cat or something like that. I want to see what they come up with, because it's going to be incredible. But I could gush on like forever and ever about this song, but I want to see why you hate it so much, Nate.
I mean, this is, if you've been following us for a long time, this was very much Anpanman, where Andrew loved it and Jacob and I hated it. And this, like you said, this is literally a sequel to Anpanman. And you love it, and you have an ally now in Cooper, and Jacob and I still hate it. It's just, I understand it's not supposed to be taken seriously, but I would never enjoy listening to a song in my life. Like, I'm sure if you saw it live, I swear, if TXT goes to KCON and you see and they perform this live, I'm sure it's 100% way more enjoyable in that sort of context. I'm sure I would enjoy it, I guess, like a live stage of it, but just like, I'm never in my life gonna want to listen to this song, like, just with my music on shuffle. Like, every time Anpanman shows up, I skip it. Every time. I'm never, like, just that, like, super annoying auto-tune trap music. I just can't listen to it. It's unbearable to me. Like, the melody of the song's fun, but it's just not something I enjoy listening to.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You don't really have an ear for this type of like trap music. That's the thing. I listen to this, like, the serious version of this, like, regularly, so to hear parodies, like essentially parody songs of it, is just amazing. In for my context at least. Cooper, on the other hand, said, in all caps, I don't know how to even talk about this song. It's just so weird and amazing. Which essentially sums up like my thoughts. Definitely, this song is unexplainable, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's just so out there, and we rarely get out there for like serious like boy groups. So I appreciate them like putting themselves out there like that. And we close out the album with Nap of a Star, which I don't get, but sure. They're napping on a star.
Stars take naps sometimes.
Stars take when it goes onto the other side of the planet, I guess it's asleep. I don't know. So yeah, this is the ballad track of their mini album. Of course, every boy group has to have the ballad track. I'd say again, the star of this would be the instrumentals, just because I'm a sucker for like the do, just like, it's kind of a simple kind of guitar riff, but just like the slow progressions of between notes, just really nice. Definitely helps bring this into like a more interesting sort of sounding territory, as opposed, it could have just been like a boring ass like generic ballad track with the vocals that they gave, but it's definitely the the guitar instrumental. Also, like, there's weird, like, one, there's harmonics. Like, to explain harmonics for people that don't know, like, there's, when you play like a guitar, there's a thing that you can do when you play if you play the string, and then you pull your finger, if you're playing a note and then you pull your finger off the string really, really quickly, it's sort of like this really like high note, which is why it's called harmonics. It's like ding, ding, ding. It kind of sounds like a bell almost, so you can kind of hear that towards the end. Also, there's like this like weird like like sound effect that they play towards the end, which just came out of nowhere. So yeah, all of this does a very good job of building the atmosphere of the song, which is all you can really ask for when you're doing ballad tracks like this.
Yeah. I really like the song. I love the voice of whoever's singing in the beginning. I just like how airy and soft they sing. And then on top of that, I agree with the guitar. It was definitely a standout. Like, and I think it was a really good idea to not have any drums or anything at the beginning and have just the guitar in there singing.
Yeah. That could have been the whole song, right?
It could have been the whole song, but I think it also helped that when the drums and the bass do come in, it's much more impactful.
Yeah.
And they get their own spotlight, like the instrumentals, with just some like ooh and ahs mixed in, and no like actual singing lines. So that, I thought that was really good. I love the mixture of the singing and the focus on the instrumentals throughout the song.
Mm-hmm. Cooper says, beautiful ending track. They have really good vocalists. I can tell already. Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably the one thing that you can definitely give them credit for. Like, their vocalists are potentially the highlight of the group. So, on to ratings. For those that are joining us for the first time, our rating system is out of 10, with a maximum of 7 points for the music and a maximum of 3 points for the concept, which encompasses the music video, the choreography, styling, outfits, album art, etc. So, on my end, I usually split up my music into 3.5, 3.5. So for the single, I gave a maximum of 3.5 points, 3.5 points, which it definitely took a bit of thinking. Is like, whereas, like, do I like this song better than like such and such song that came out before? And I'd say yes, just because I don't know. Maybe just because Crown blew me away so much that it's probably gonna be a song I'm gonna listen to every day. Like, every day. It's that good. I haven't gotten sick of it yet. Like, even after hearing it in a dance class, like tens of hundreds of times, I guess. But I'm very optimistic about the future of this group just because of Crown. So. Yeah. That definitely shows. I gave a 3 out of 3.5 for the album tracks. Most of them are very good. I could say the only one that sort of was like was maybe Our Summer, but even that was still pretty good. For the concept, I'm giving it a 2 out of 3, and that mostly goes to the choreography, just because I think the choreography is so intricate. It's something that, again, if the choreography is something that I want to learn, or just like it's enticing enough for me to want to learn, that's a good sign of good choreography, I guess, because I'd say I'm very discerning in that aspect. Also, I like their outfits, both for live stages and for the music video. It was pretty much a basic like box MV type thing with like a bit of like animation or whatever, but I don't think that dragged down my score too much. So, adding up all those numbers, that totals up to a 9 out of 10, which I did not expect to give them a 9 out of 10 in all honesty. So I'm very happy, and I hope Big Hit is essentially a Mnet label at this point. Hopefully, if TXT goes to KCON, I'm going to be so excited to see them at KCON. I mean, who knows? I mean, there'll probably be a demand for it. We'll see, but I'm really hyped for this group. So,
yeah. For me, I gave a 6 out of 7 for music, and basically all of that was for dog and cat.
Cat and dog.
Cat and dog and cat, whatever. But yeah, I loved everything else. I think if that song wasn't on the album, I would have given it a full 7. But yeah, I just had to knock it off because it's just not really my thing. And then I gave a 2 out of 3 as well for concept. Mostly, all the points were in choreography and styling. I thought the music video was really the reason that it lost a point. Because I just had higher expectations based on what Big Hit does with BTS, with all their crazy theories and BTS universe stuff. And
I'm glad they didn't do that, though.
They get like 20-minute trailers and stuff. I wasn't expecting that, but I was expecting more than a dance MV. So yeah, I had to drop a point there. So I gave it an 8 overall. And that honestly I feel is even a little low, but I just didn't really know of a better way to spread the points around. Because I don't think it deserves like a 2.5 or a 3 for a concept, and I don't think I could give any more points to music because it just ended up being an 8.
What was Jacob's
but yeah,
thoughts?
I could see
out.
giving it a little bit more. Jacob has a bit of a long summary because he didn't do songs. He said, one thing that immediately made me happy with this group's debut was the fact that they don't sound like they're just trying to be BTS clones. They have their own distinct sound and standalone from their older brother group, which was my biggest concern. I think the EDM electronic style works really well for them. It most reminds me of 17's current style, but I honestly think it's done a bit better, to be honest, since they're avoiding the typical drop beat chorus route for the most part. I really like the sound they went with on all the songs apart from Cat and Dog, which was a style of hip-hop that I'm not really into. I think any of the first 3 could have been considered for title track on this album. Nap of a Star was more chill than the rest, but it's a style that we really do not hear often in K-pop so far. For that reason, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Overall, a very strong debut. I wish TXT well and hope they experience a lot of success, so long as they stay consistent quality-wise. But being from Big Hit, I don't have any doubt that they will do well. And for his rating, which kind of seems a little low based on those comments, he gave the music a 5.5 out of 7. I'm sure most of that was for Cat and Dog, because like me, he also does not enjoy that type of music. And then he gave Concept 2 out of 3, same as us. So a 7.5 out of 10 overall.
Okay, on to Cooper's notes. His ending thoughts were, I doubt this debut will be topped this year, at least by boy groups. Everything was on point, vocals, choreo, and concept. I hope they continue to find success because of their own talents and not in the shadow of BTS. And he gave perfect marks for everything, a 10 out of 10, which is not surprising.
Cooper's become the new me.
Yeah, he's
given 10 out of 10 for like almost everything we've reviewed.
I don't blame him on this one. This one I can actually see. So, punching all the math into the calculator, we get a average of 8.625, so I guess that'll round up to round down to like 8.5.
No, round down to 8.5, yeah.
8.5.
So it doesn't get a shiny.
Damn it!
Barely.
Serious? Damn it, Jacob!
Blame Jacob.
Yeah, he gave it 7.5.
I gave it an 8. So,
because honestly, I don't know if any boy group's gonna top this. Like, in all honesty, like even like X101 might not top this. Like, produce X101.
I don't know. I haven't listened to the album, but I think I like Trey's single more. I really liked Trey's single.
I like Trey's single, but I mean,
I need to listen to the rest of the album still.
I'd honestly still put TXT over it, in all honesty. But I mean, we'll find out later. But again, it's very rarely that I attach myself this like much to boy groups, so that just goes to show like how good this group is. And I mean, there's no worries. Obviously, there was no worry about them like succeeding just because of the power of Big Hit. We'll see. It's yet to be seen whether or not they'll succeed in Korea. I think they have a better chance. I believe I mentioned like because they like this style a lot more than they do or international fans do, so they have a fighting chance of maybe getting wins or maybe getting up there, but we'll see. I'm very excited for whatever they'll do in the future. Hopefully we'll get another mini album sometime later this year. So what were your thoughts on TXT's The Dream Chapter, Star, or Crown, or any of the other songs? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, the best way I can sum this up, it sounds like they took Pepe by CLC, tried to turn it into a sexy Latin song, and it just sounds completely half-assed, in all honesty. And, like, G-Idol doing a CLC-style song from back in that era is just... it's just complete...